Get ready to explore the classic TV show, Hill Street Blues. This show came out in 1981 and changed how cop dramas were made. But did you know there are lots of interesting facts about it? Keep reading because we've got some cool stuff to share. Have you ever wondered about the little-known facts or cool stories behind Hill Street Blues? Well, you're in luck. From behind-the-scenes fun to surprising plot twists, there's plenty to learn about even if you're a big fan. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite memory or personal story about this show? Share it with us below. Let's keep talking. In 1981, a groundbreaking TV series hit the screens, gripping audiences with its raw realism and captivating stories. It wasn't just another cop show. It changed the game, transforming television drama in ways that still matter today. Set in a made-up precinct in a rough urban area, the show depicted the daily challenges faced by police officers, from fighting crime to dealing with personal struggles. What made it stand out was its focus on developing characters and exploring moral gray areas. The characters weren't perfect heroes, they were flawed individuals trying their best in a tough world. Created by Steven Bochco and Michael Kozel, the series broke new ground with its diverse cast, varied characters, and interconnected storylines. It addressed difficult topics like corruption, racism, and addiction with depth and understanding, earning praise from critics and building a loyal fan base. But perhaps its most lasting influence is its effect on television as a whole. It paved the way for a new style of storytelling, inspiring numerous shows to delve deeper into characters and complex narratives. Even today, the show remains essential for anyone interested in how TV drama has evolved. Its mark on the medium is undeniable, shaping the way we watch and understand television for years to come. Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn, who later starred together in The Terminator, made appearances in later seasons of the show. Jeffrey Tambor's portrayal of a cross-dressing judge was memorable. Interestingly, he later went on to play a transgender parent on Transparent. Edward James Olmos, despite declining the role of Lieutenant Ray Calletano, still made 3 guest appearances on the show. These actors' diverse careers and subsequent roles added layers to their already impressive resumes. It's fascinating to see how their paths intertwined both on and off the screen. This goes to show the depth of talent that graced the cast of Hill Street Blues, leaving a lasting impact on television history. Hill Street Blues revolutionized television drama by introducing multi-episode story arcs, a format previously exclusive to soap operas. It was the first weekly TV series to secure a $1 million budget from the network for a single episode. Set in precincts mirroring real street names in Buffalo, NY, where series producer Tom Fontana hailed from. Hill Street Blues, a TV series from 1981, is characterized by distinct features that contribute to its unique identity. The station house's phone number, 555-8D-161, serves as a notable detail. This contact point connects the audience to the fictional world of the show. Each episode begins with a glimpse into the station's daily routine, showcasing the ongoing morning roll call. Sergeant Phil Esterhaus consistently introduces the day's proceedings, focusing on various items during the briefing. This ritual provides a structured start to each narrative, emphasizing the procedural aspects of police work. The theme music, composed by Mike Post, achieved recognition beyond the show. Winning a Grammy, the music became a hit in its own right. Post's approach to composing the theme is intriguing. Initially aiming to match the gritty visuals, he opted for a contrasting strategy. The result was a beautiful and serene theme that provided a counterpoint to the on-screen intensity, offering a unique viewing experience. In summary, Hill Street Blues stands out for its attention to detail, from the station's phone number and the recurring morning roll call to the Grammy-winning theme music that defies expectations. These elements contribute to the show's distinctive character, creating a lasting impact on its viewers. NBC head Brandon Tartikoff pitched the concept for the series as Barney Miller Outdoors. Following Michael Conrad's request after his death, his character, Sergeant Phil Esterhaus, was revealed to have died of a heart attack during sex with Grace Gardner. The show draws partial inspiration from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Police Department, evident in the black and gold shoulder patches on the police uniform. References to the Hill District and Mercy Hospital tie into the setting, though the Tribune newspaper mentioned in the show refers to the Chicago City newspaper. In the TV show, we see the daily lives of officers and staff in a busy urban precinct. The captain, a seasoned leader, guides the team through their challenges with both firmness and compassion. Amidst their tough duties, personal struggles, and triumphs are woven together, showing the human side of the police force. In one episode, a state trooper accidentally reveals where the show takes place, giving a subtle nod to its setting. Meanwhile, a certain actor's voice adds depth to some episodes. As the series progresses, viewers are immersed in a world where justice is always sought, where it's hard to tell right from wrong, and where the bonds formed on duty are strong. Through its stories and characters, the show paints a vivid picture of life in law enforcement. This portrayal captures the essence of policing in a city, exploring the complexities of morality, duty, and camaraderie in a precinct. Through its compelling tales and memorable characters, the show offers a touching look at human experiences within law enforcement. The series title, inspired by the blue uniforms worn by many U.S. police officers, is a subtle nod to the melancholic tone of blues music. The phrase Hill Street Blues is spoken just once in the series by Detective Emil Schneider in an episode titled Gatorbait, where he mocks officers Hill and Renko. Interestingly, the precinct's bowling team is called the Hill Street Blue Ballers. Originally, Hill and Renko were slated to perish in a drug house, shooting in the first episode. However, to justify the series title with more uniformed cops, the storyline was altered and both survived. Additional characters were also developed to expand the uniformed personnel. Officer Andy Renko's distinctive black baseball cap, adorned with an orange-winged W and a white circle, bears the logo of country music legend Waylon Jennings. Jennings, known for hits like Good-Hearted Woman and Luckenbach, Texas, is also recognized for narrating The Dukes of Hazzard and performing its theme, The Good All Boys. Taurean Blacque, known for his role on the series, earned a Primetime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series in 1982, losing to co-star Michael Conrad in a rare occurrence where all nominees hailed from the same show. The series, credited as a milestone in American TV drama, introduced innovative techniques like long shots, handheld shots, and ongoing storylines. Despite initially low ratings, it garnered a staggering 21 Emmy nominations for its debut season. Notably, writer Anthony Yerkovich departed to create the pilot for Miami Vice. Hill Street Blues, known for its gritty portrayal of urban policing, became a staple of American television during its run. One notable feature was the concluding lines during roll call. Sergeant Esterhaus consistently reminded the officers, "Let's be careful out there," emphasizing the risks they faced on the streets. Meanwhile, Sergeant Jablonski had a different approach, urging the team to do it to them before they do it to us. Despite the series depicting a police precinct in a city resembling Chicago, explicit references suggest otherwise. In Season 4, the character Howard notes mayors with names derived from former presidents, mentioning you've got Washington in Chicago. Another character casually refers to our friend in Chicago. These instances confirm a distinction between the portrayed city and Chicago, challenging the initial perception. Adding a touch of humor, the post-credits logo gimmick featured the MTM kitty donning a police cap. This subtle nod added a lighthearted touch after the often intense and dramatic episodes. In summary, Hill Street Blues left an impact with its memorable roll call lines, the paradox of its city setting, and the playful logo gimmick. The series provided a unique perspective on policing, blending drama with moments of humor. NBC executives showed support for the series from the start, despite low viewership. Initially, it was the lowest-rated show ever renewed for a second season. The renewal was only for 10 episodes. However, it earned a full-season pickup after ratings improved. Dennis Franz, who later played Norm Bunce, appeared briefly as Sal Benedetto before joining the main cast. Bruce Weitz is best known for his role as Sergeant Michael Mick Belker, an undercover cop with a scruffy and quirky demeanor. Belker was known for calling all criminals hairball and exhibiting canine instincts by growling, biting offenders, and barking at other dogs. In the famous TV show Hill Street Blues, there was a surprising twist, especially in the first episode. Originally, Renko was supposed to die in a big shootout, leaving Hill as the only survivor. But Charles Haid, who played Renko, wanted his character to live. The producers agreed, and Haid became a regular on the show. This change in the story showed how characters could evolve, and it highlighted how everyone worked together on the show. Dennis Franz also played a big part in the series. He played Sal Benedetto, a corrupt cop, adding a lot of depth to the story. Later, he played a different character, Lieutenant Norman Bunce, showing his talent as an actor. The way the characters interacted and how the story developed showed how committed the show was to being real and telling interesting stories. Hill Street Blues had a big impact on TV and even got a mention in a song by Black Flag. Overall, the characters and stories in Hill Street Blues show how TV can be collaborative and exciting. It's a show that has left its mark on television history. In the TV series Hill Street Blues, Captain Frank Furillo and former District Attorney Joyce Davenport started an affair in the first 2 seasons. They later tied the knot in a low-key ceremony in the episode Eugene's comedy Empire Strikes Back in Season 3. Officer Hill goes by the name Robert Eugene Hill, while Sergeant Esterhaus is known as Philip Freemason Esterhaus. The radio dispatch heard in the opening credits remains the same throughout the show dispatch. We have a 9/11 armed robbery in progress. See Surplus Store, Corner People's Drive, 121st Street. Taurean Blacque, known for his role in Hill Street Blues, took on stage roles in 1986, including the male lead in the musical Don't Get God Started during its initial 6-week summer run in Beverly Hills. Stephen Bochco, the main creative force behind the show, was fired due to conflicts with his staff and low ratings. The opening credit sequence was filmed in Chicago, while episodes were shot in Los Angeles. Finding suitable locations in L.A. was challenging as visible palm trees weren't allowed. Most exterior scenes were shot in the grittier parts of downtown L.A., resembling a decaying Midwestern or Northeastern city. The first episode was shot on location in Chicago. Betty Thomas stood out among her fellow cast members on Hill Street Blues, earning an impressive 7 Emmy nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actress, the most among them. She showcased her talent, winning in 1985. However, during this moment, something funny happened. When her name was called, she suddenly needed to go to the bathroom, missing the important moment. In her absence, someone else took her place, unknowingly accepting the award for her, leading to a surprisingly funny situation. Jennifer Tilly and Charles Hayde, both familiar faces from the show, worked together again in the animated film Home on the Range, showing their versatility beyond the streets of the series. Meanwhile, Gregory Hoblet, inspired by the realism of the documentary, The Police Tapes, cleverly incorporated elements of it into Hill Street Blues, enriching the show's story. These interesting stories give a glimpse into the world of Hill Street Blues, where moments of success and humor mix with creative thinking, leaving a lasting impression on television history. The setting of the series remains undisclosed, but various clues suggest a Midwestern city. The police cars resemble those of the Chicago Police Department, while officers' uniforms mirror those of the New York City Police Department. City Hall scenes depict Philadelphia's building, and references to the shore indicate the Jersey Shore. Despite these hints, the exact location remains a mystery. Furthermore, CTA markings on train cars and signs indicating different interstate highways add to the ambiguity. Taurean Blacque became part of the cast in 1981 and remained until the series concluded in 1987. In 1982, a remarkable occurrence unfolded when all 5 Emmy nominees for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a drama series hailed from the show. They included Bruce Weitz, Michael Warren, Taurean Blacque, Charles Hayde, with Michael Conrad emerging as the eventual winner. Wendy Cutler, known for her unique voice, provided her talent for the role of the police dispatcher heard in the opening credits of the show. Originally named Hill Street Station, the series went through changes before becoming Hill Street Blues. It ranked 14th on TV Guide's list of the 50 greatest TV shows of all time due to its lasting influence and positive reviews. The show, with its innovative storytelling and large cast, portrayed urban policing like never before on TV. Its characters became iconic, connecting with audiences of all ages. From the rough streets to the police station, Hill Street Blues showed life in a busy city, addressing important social issues with depth and understanding. Its influence can still be seen in TV dramas today, showing its ongoing relevance and lasting appeal. Hill Street Blues cleverly plays on the dual meaning of blues as the blue uniforms worn by police officers and the emotional struggles they face on the job. The series utilized Philadelphia's City Hall as the backdrop for its unnamed City Hall location. James Sikking drew inspiration from a military drill instructor he knew for his portrayal of Lieutenant Howard Hunter. These elements added depth and authenticity to the portrayal of police work in the series. The bar that the officers often went to in the series, located in Chicago, was really important to both the characters and the viewers. It had a gritty feel and lively scenes that made the story richer, almost as important as the characters themselves. But when the show ended, they decided to tear down the bar, which made fans feel both sad and nostalgic, like the end of a special time. At first, the creators thought about filming the series with old-fashioned cameras and in black and white, which would have given it a unique look. But as they worked on it, they decided to go with a more normal way of filming, even though they kept that gritty feeling that made the show special. One actor in the big group of actors really stood out for his great acting. Taurean Blacque did such a good job playing his character that he won a big award for it in 1985. His talent not only made the show better, but also showed how good the whole cast was. When the show ended, it left a big mark on TV history. Tearing down the bar was like saying goodbye to a special time, but the memories and influence of Hill Street Blues still matter a lot to people today. Stephen Bochco, the creator of Hill Street Blues, later developed LaRue, which took over the Thursday night slot previously held by Hill Street Blues. The new show aimed for broader appeal and better ratings compared to its predecessor. While Hill Street Blues received praise from critics, it struggled to attract viewers. Most episodes of Hill Street Blues followed events that occurred in a single day. Lindsay Krause, David Mamet's wife, played Kate McBride, a pioneering lesbian character on television. Her portrayal marked a significant moment for representation in TV history. Bochco's strategy paid off with the success of LaRue, but Hill Street Blues remains an important milestone in TV history. The TV series intentionally didn't reveal where it takes place, hiding details like TV station names, but it seems to be somewhere east of the Mississippi River, maybe in Chicago. They filmed outside the Hill Street station in a former Chicago police building. This station, known as the Hill Street Blues Station, was once corrupt during Prohibition and is now used by the University of Illinois Chicago Police. In the series, they mention 17 different precincts, including Hill Street, Polk Avenue, and Michigan Avenue. These precincts set the scene for the episodes, showing the different challenges faced by law enforcement. Hill Street Blues gives a raw look at city policing, with its characters dealing with tough moral choices in the backdrop of a city. In the groundbreaking TV series Hill Street Blues from 1981, there were memorable characters like Renko and Hill. In a notable scene, they are seen driving along the Chicago Freeway Service Drive, passing signs indicating the convergence of Interstates 90 and 94. This unique detail accurately reflects the Chicago setting, specifically the Kennedy Expressway and Dan Ryan Expressway. Taurean Blacque, a key actor in the show, moved to Atlanta after Hill Street Blues to create a better home environment for his children. In Atlanta, he focused on theatrical work, earning recognition for stage performances like Stepping Into Tomorrow in 1987 and a 1988 revival of Ceremonies in Dark Old Men. Co-creator Stephen Bochco candidly described the production process, saying, "We didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were figuring it out on the fly." This insight into the creation of the show emphasizes its experimental nature, which ultimately revolutionized television drama. The show's impact goes beyond its initial run. Taurean Blacque's career shift to Atlanta, Stephen Bochco's candid admission about the production process, and the accurate depiction of Chicago in the series contribute to its lasting influence. 3 main cast members of the series passed away prematurely due to cancer. Michael Conrad died in November 1983 while the show was still airing. René Enríquez passed away in March 1990 and Kiel Martin in December 1990. Kiel Martin's struggle with alcoholism paralleled his character, Detective J.D. LaRue. He portrayed a recovering alcoholic on the show. In the TV series Hill Street Blues, one of the tragic moments occurred when Officer Joe Coffey, played by Ed Marinaro, was shot and killed while on duty. This unexpected event left viewers shocked and saddened, as Coffey was a beloved character on the show. The loss of Coffey deeply affected the precinct and his fellow officers, highlighting the dangerous and unpredictable nature of police work. The portrayal of Coffey's death served as a poignant reminder of the risks law enforcement officers face daily in their line of duty. Hill Street Blues, a groundbreaking TV series, has a tragic story behind it. The actor who played Officer Joe Coffey, Ed Marinaro, went through a real-life tragedy during the show's run. His brother, Michael Marinaro, who was a New York City police officer, died while on duty. This deeply affected Ed Marinaro and made his portrayal of a police officer on the show more authentic. The personal sadness he experienced added depth to his performance as Officer Coffey, making it more genuine. Throughout the show, the focus was on the daily challenges and victories of the police officers at the Hill Street station. The series broke new ground with its realistic portrayal of police work and its large cast, showing the complexities of their lives on and off duty. Created by Stephen Bochco and Michael Kozol, the show changed TV drama with its gritty depiction of city life and its innovative storytelling. It dealt with controversial topics like corruption, racism, and drug addiction, setting a new standard for TV drama. With its interesting characters and storylines, Hill Street Blues captured audiences and critics alike, winning critical praise and numerous awards, including several Emmy Awards for Outstanding Drama Series. The show continues to be considered one of the greatest TV series ever, influencing many other police shows. Its influence on TV storytelling and its portrayal of law enforcement still matter to audiences today.